Hi everyone, how are we? Bear with me one moment, checking
Let's
the
talk about
audio.
BetterHelp. If you ever feel anxious, depressed, stressed, overwhelmed,
All right, well that's definitely working. I hope everyone's doing well today. Hi. Make sure you hit the like button for me on your way in. Okay, that's annoying, but it's fixed. All right, so today I'm going to be doing some mold orders and everything. So we're just going to do a quick little live, little chit chat. I'm trying to hop on here more, and I don't like editing all my videos. Yeah, so to avoid that and make sure that I'm still coming on here and everything, I decided that I'm going to start doing way more lives. I'm going to be hopping on here probably to, start fulfilling the orders and stuff like that, just talking with you guys more about stuff that's going on in the business, what to expect and different updates, and just chit chat about whatever's going on as well. Um, Today, the order that I'm going to be working on, let me make sure this is turned. All right, so I'm going to be making molds for Miss K Vaughn. Thank you for being a repeat customer, by the way, as well. And also Miss Maisha. So I'm super excited to go ahead and get you guys molds started. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I'm going to lower this so that way you can see. Minimize the screen. I did not mean to do that. I just want to go back to, okay. I could see the chat better on here, so I'm trying not to miss what you guys are saying and everything if you do pop in. But I'm going to start by putting my gloves on, of course. And this stuff gets really sticky, and I'm just trying to avoid it getting all on my hands. Makes the cleanup a lot easier. So I have my little glass measuring cup, and I also have my scale here. It's the same one that I use for my shipping as well, so multifaceted. I put this right on here. Actually, first let me turn it on and give me a better reading. So I turn it on first. I make sure that it is showing in grams, so that way I know what's going on, and I put my measuring cup on top. You're going to zero it out, hit the tare button, so that'll bring it back to the 0 grams, because you don't want to measure the weight of the glass or the container that you're using to mix your silicone. All right, so I have parts A and B of my silicone mold mix. And I'm probably going to make, I think I'm going to start off with about 400 grams total. So I'm going to do 200 of each. And I'm just going to pour this in here until I hit the 200 mark. As I get closer, I start to slow down the speed that it flows at, so that way I can have more control and also make sure I don't go over. And I did a little bit, but it's 202 grams, so I don't feel like that's too bad, especially for someone who's not using a dropper. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to put 202 of this, and so now I'm going to try to get to 404. Almost there. Steady. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. Okay, now we're at 404. Now, if you've done it correctly, you should see the line at about where the corresponding to the same amount in milliliters. So right now, this line, it's going to be hard to kind of show you because, of course, the liquid's going to shift if I move it. But it is right here at the 400 line. So we are good to go. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this scale off. And take my little spatula here. Uh-oh, has a little bit of residue. Let me get that off. And then you're just going to go ahead and mix this on up. Now, as you're mixing and everything, you want to definitely make sure you're scraping at the sides to make sure everything is getting thoroughly mixed. It's very similar to making resin. And as you stir, you're actually going to feel it thicken, like on the spoon and stuff like that. So it'll start showing a little bit more resistance and everything as the A and the B parts, the A and B parts, as they start to combine. All right, so make sure you're going around the sides, you're hitting the bottom of this glass, and get there and stir, stir, stir. Stir, stir, stir. It's starting to get nice and thick, so that's good. I'm starting to feel it resist and everything against the spatula, and that's exactly what I want. I'm just going to try to turn the direction of my stir, and I'm going to stir a little bit in this direction too, just for a bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and add in my pigment. Now, since I do like to make sure that any mold that comes from my shop is able to be used with UV resin, I use a minimal amount. So you can see right quick, that's about how much of the powder I am using. I'm going to like kind of spread this around here evenly to try to keep it from clumping in any way. I'm just going to kind of mix this on in. You want to stir, stir, stir. And this is just going to give it some color. And it's going to make sure it's still translucent enough so that way the light can actually penetrate through your silicone mold. Now, as you're stirring and everything, it is going to look kind of cloudy and everything in the jar. That's completely fine. It's normal. You should expect that. I'm just going to keep mixing and mixing and mixing, looking around at the jar. Since I'm using a glass mixing cup, I'm able to kind of see on the sides, and I'm able to tell if there's any like little chunks in there too, because you'll see like little striations and everything. Okay. All right, put that right there. Stir these last few little powder crumbs that got in here. Okay, so uh-oh, I spoke too soon. I see something right here. But so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here up a little bit closer. All right, this is what it's gonna start looking like. As you go through. All right, now I don't see any more chunks of the pigment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start pouring these right into our blanks. Now, my blanks are made out of acrylic. And the blank is basically just a master, so that way I can make sure that every mold I send out is the same and looks the same as I display. I start off by adding just a little bit into there. I don't fill it up completely because you do need to go across, push the silicone around a bit, and we're going to have to make sure that our beauty layer is looking nice. So very similar to when we do like resin and everything, we want to make sure that our silicone mix gets into these etchings. So you're going to take a stir stick, a soft spatula, something of that nature, and you're going to push the silicone directly into these etchings and spread it all across. Like get in there, get in there, get in there. Don't be afraid to hit every crack. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now I'm going to come over here and fill this one on up though. All right, so taking spatula again, I'm just going across here. All right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add some to her right quick. Oh, I didn't even show you guys like which molds we were making. But we are doing the Afro Chakra earrings, an Afro Chakra grippy. We are also making a money manifestation check, and I'm also doing the bow down tray. Okay. I'm sorry guys, I'm so quiet. I'm still trying to get used to being on live and everything because I'm used to just kind of sitting here listening to music, or I'll play a YouTube video in the background or something like that. And I kind of forget that I'm on here sometimes. Now I need a toothpick. I don't know where my toothpick went, so I'm going to use this. And this is going to allow me to get into these little nooks and crannies and everything. Whoa. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fill these on up because I've finished the beauty layers on all of them. So now I'm just going to make sure all of these are full. Okay, I think this one's gonna take the rest of this right here. Okay, now you just want to take your time because you don't want to introduce too many bubbles into your molds either. So just take your time, go ahead and scrape and allow this to kind of drain out so you don't have any wasted product either. And just kind of encourage it all to kind of come on down. Okay. So I have went ahead and I have added the silicone mix to all 4 of these molds. And I'm going to go ahead and let these sit. You can't really tell from where you're probably at, but the little micro bubbles, you can see them like kind of coming to the top, and it's like degassing itself. So that's good. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want to be going down. So I'm going to allow these some time to cure. It's typically hard cured after about 6 hours or so. So yeah, I think I'm going to hop back on to demold them for you guys and show you how I trim them and stuff like that. Don't really see why not. I don't know exactly when I will be doing that though, so of course make sure that you are subscribed, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you are notified every time I do hop on here and I'm ready to show you guys some stuff. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you hippies later. Mwah.